Hey up and welcome back to the extended, the episode finale extended. This is where we look at some of the stats that our players have done. We're going to kind of deep dive into the squad and look at next step and stuff like that. So let's start with Joe Rose. So he played 4,230 minutes. The expected goals prevented was 0.12, which is okay. It's not outstanding. The end of the season kind of got worse as all of the players stopped performing at the end of the season. He was then not making as many saves, but he saves about 77% of the shots, which is a bit less than what he's expected to save. Which, the disparity there isn't crazy. Definitely think he needs competition. I think he played his best football when Ashby Hammond was around and was chomping at the bit to get him. Averaging 25 passes per 90 and a 96% pass success rate. Losing the ball once per 90, that's not bad. Kind of everything else isn't too crazy. Like, makes a couple of interceptions, a couple of clearances. With him being the early goalkeeper, there wasn't too much to really talk about. All right, so let's go to defenders, right backs. So, what did I click wrong? I took off senior squad. Okay, so we want to look at Ben. To be fair, we want to look at these three players. So, to be fair, Casanova, we're not going to look. We're going to look at Edwards and Ben because Casanova's 76 minutes, I don't think is enough to look at. So Ben is averaging 42 passes completed per 90 compared to Dan Edwards 38. So Ben's more involved, and their pass success rate is almost exactly the same. Ben loses the ball a lot less than Edwards. That was not what I was expecting. But their progressive passes are about the same. Edwards just edging it. He makes more sprints, runs more, presses more, but their press is about the same. Doesn't dribble as much. doesn't dribble as much. And assist. Edwards has contributed to more assists this season. They've got the same, but per 90. Their chance creation's about the same. Key passes are by the same. I mean, like they're close enough that I feel like it's negligible amounts. Dan attempts a lot more crosses per 90. Wins more headers, has a highest header success rate. Wins possession back less, which is interesting. Oh no. Bear with me because I've put so much on this. Blocks made, about the same. Tackles, Ben is making it barely anymore, but Dan does it with a high. What's it? Makes less clearances, less interceptions, and then attacking wise, less shots and a lower shot percentage. And yeah, he's making less shots. And his cross completion. What is that? Yeah, cross completed. His cross completion is appalling. Okay, so that's a worry. There's some stats in there that are fine. Like, I felt like one of the big things with Ben in the team is, yes, he's great at bombing forwards, but we conceded a lot of goals to crosses to the back post where he was beat. So it's do you give up the kind of the little extras that he gives you going forwards, the extra shots, and the more aggression for the defensive stats. And for me, I don't know if I do. Right now, we're playing it as a wing back on attack. I think it could be switched to support. I don't feel like we desperately need it to be attack. So yeah, I'm not too fussed about the transition between them. I think that Dan gives us something very different, and I think that Dante is going to be giving us something that's similar to Dan, and sometimes you need that you don't want your fullbacks to be so different that when you need to rotate them, that it makes that big a difference. If we go to the left backs, we're looking at Burberry and Foster. Okay, so passes complete. Burberry is completing a lot less per 90, and at a lower success rate. Loses the ball significantly more, and makes less progressive passes. Sprints a lot more, and covers a bigger distance. He has also played right back, so we have to bear that in mind in some of these stats. Is that he also played right back, where he's gone from being left back is a full back on defend. They'll defend. They might be on support, and right back is a wing back. So he does get some what's it there. So he presses more, completes less, dribbles a lot less, creates chances a lot less. Very. What's that? Is that crosses attempt? So he attempts more crosses, but again, some of that comes down to his bossing. Wins less headers at a worse rate. I think, judging by these stats, because I don't feel like the attacking stats are going to get much better, or the defensive stats. Let's have a look. Yeah, headers won, makes less blocks. Okay, he's attempting more tackles. He can tackle. He's clearing the ball more, but not intercepting. I think we might look to move Burberry on. Wasn't expecting that, but I also wasn't expecting there to be such a disparity between the two. Foster is, as you know, we'll get on. Well, to be fair, we'll get on to all the other stuff afterwards. Now let's go to centre backs. I wish I could get rid of Glenn O'Neill because he's never going to play centre back. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are the 4. Nope, we're looking at 3 because we only have 3 centre backs. So O'Connor and Mengi, same amount of pass complete, like basically, and Barrett passes a little bit less, with a little bit less accuracy, loses the ball a lot more. He has played fullback, so bear that in mind. He's made more progressive passes. I'm looking at Mengi, and I'm looking. Oh, to be fair, we don't even need. Do we need to look? We'll look at Barrett stats, but I'm looking at Mengi and O'Connor, and I'm looking at 2 players that are almost exactly the same. Mengi makes less sprints, but they cover the same distance. O'Connor is pressing more, completing more presses. Mengi's the guy that dribbles. O'Connor is not dribbling with the ball, but has an assist. Headers won. Mengi is winning the headers. Well, he's attempting more. There's a higher rate for O'Connor. Is that blocks per 90? O'Connor makes more blocks, more tackles with a better rate. Clearances are about the same. Interceptions, Mengi's making a lot more interceptions. So what I'm getting is they are a really good partnership. One of the big problems they're having is their header win ratio, because Mengi's a weird one because he's pressing more, but he's also clearing up more. I think we need to look at a big dominant centre back. But other than that, I'm quite happy with a pair of them. If we go to defensive midfielders. So we're literally just looking at these 2. So Glenn O'Neill and Jordan Brown. So Jordan is completing more passes. He's played in more advanced roles. O'Neill has a better pass success rate, loses possession less, makes more progressive passes, sprints more but covers less distance, makes more press attempts per 90, completes less though. He did play as a ball winner for a while, though. Dribbles less, kind of not They're not the things. Wins less is winning less headers per 90, but has a higher success rate. And wins possession a little bit less, and then kind of they're very similar on tackle success rate, but O'Neill is attempting more, clearing more, intercepting more. As I said, I'm quite happy with these two. If Brown gets upset that he's not the main guy, then we'll deal with it. But right now, I'm quite happy with them two. Let's go centre midfielders. So we're looking at Fitzgerald, Benjamin, Winter. I don't feel like I can look at Stenell. I feel like if you play less than 1,000 minutes, there's no point. So Winter is the deep line playmaker. His passes completed is 66 per 90. Comparing that to Benjamin and Fitzgerald, who have both played as a cam as well. So there was periods where they were out. 88% to 86 to 90. Decent passing for your midfielders. Possession lost is... It looks scary when you look at it like that. But he is head and shoulders progressive passing ahead. So 3 and 2. We need someone in that role. Because I imagine both Fitzgerald and Benjamin are going to run with the ball a lot more. So if we sprints, Benjamin makes more. Winter covers less ground than both of them. But the pressing attempts are about the same. Presses completed. Winter's completing more presses. Benjamin surprises me because 0.93 dribbles. I thought he would be dribbling a lot more, but Fitzgerald is dribbling all the time. Chance creation, Fitzgerald has the best per 90. Key passes, yeah, he is head and shoulders. He is fantastic in that advanced role. Crosses attempted. He's going to have a lot of crosses because he's played on the wing quite a bit, but he also likes to drift wide and do it. Headers 1, Benjamin has got the best there. I'm not really too fussed about them in regards to kind of heading. I don't mind their tackling rates a little bit. So Winter is a problem there because even though he's a playmaker, I still want him to be, winning the ball and he's, making one less tackle a game, and really Benjamin's outstanding for winning tackles apparently. Clearances, yeah. Interceptions, okay. All right, shooting 0.49, 0.42, 0.39, 38, 32, 38, and they're having like one shot a game, which doesn't bother me too much. Pretty wank conversion rates. So yeah, they've done all right. I'm quite happy with them in the midfield. As I said, I want to keep them. Let's go attacking midfielders. We'll just do the wingers together. So we want to do Bianchi, Beckham. He's basically 1,000 minutes. So passes completed. Bianchi 31 pass completed per 90. He's got a lot lower kind of pass success rate, which is a worry considering it's only a little bit behind Charlie Michael, but with a lot less game time. The fact that Beckham and Robinson are completing passes a lot more, and you consider Beckham to play like his dad, so it's a lot of crosses, what I expect. Possession lost, yeah, it's not great stats, but you expect that. Progressive passes, Michael there. Robinson, we miss Robinson so much. Sprints per 90, just good amounts. And good, similar, decent distance run. Pressing attempted, they're all relatively similar. Like presses completed, yeah, it's all like, oh, okay. Dribbles, Alfie Robinson is a dribbling machine. So was Charlie Michael. That's where the difference comes in. Michael and Robinson are just going to run at you, whereas Bianchi and Beckham both want to pass around you, which is funny because Beckham's passing's the worst out of a lot of them. Like the passes completed. Assists, this is where we need to improve. Chance creation, that needs to improve. Key passes, Beckham up there was the best at a lot of them, and then Bianchi. And you expect them to kind of expect. Oh, no, Michael. We need Michael back on loan. But Robinson, he was very much head down and run with it. Crosses attempted, Beckham and Michael far out on that one. Headers won, and Robinson. See, this is one of the things for Robinson. That's where he gets like a lot of his chances are like headers and stuff. Kind of tackles. I want him to be doing that, and I want him to be harassing, but there's nothing crazy about it. So if we then look at shots, Winter is Charlie Michael is having the most shots per 90, followed by Robinson, and I think Robinson in this new tactic is going to thrive. He's got the best conversion rate as well, so there's some improvements to be made. As I said, like the squad is bare bones right now. We've got a lot of players coming back on loan, and we've got to make decisions on them. And then strikers, Cargbo, 20 game. That's 20. We're kind of looking at Cargbo and Cuthbertson here. So Cuthbertson does more passing with slightly better what's it. Loses the ball a little bit less. Their progressive passes are about the same. Sprints more, runs more. Presses just a little bit more, completes a little bit more presses, dribbles are about the same. Carbo creates. See, this is the things that confuse me about him. It's like Cuthbertson's got like really good, like he's losing the ball less, and he's got a better pass success rate, and he's making more passes, but they're not key passes and they're not creative passes. So he's got less assists. He's just not creating anything. They've got the same key pass success rate though. Headers won. Yeah. Cuthbertson's never going to compete with Cargbo for headers won. Defensively, we know that Cargbo, his defensive headers are a big thing as well. Cargbo has a 51% shot percentage. A conversion rate of 25%, which Cuthbertson's is only just behind. Carbo got 27 from a 22 XG, whereas Cuthbertson got 4 from a 4.6. So it isn't appalling. If we just do the full squad, I just want to have a look at the two big ones. So if we go by. Let's go by XGO performance. So 2.35 for Robinson. He had an XG of 2.65. So yeah, that's kind of the deep depth into the stats. If we look at a tactic, we know, there is every possibility we're going to switch this now down to a support role. I don't think we need him on attack right now. I do have I not included it here? Oh, I have. It's just still named wrong. There's still part of me that wants to look into this so that he drops it in there and we end up going with a back three and then these two protecting. But I'm not sure if it's going to be ideal for us because we'd end up playing like a 3-2-2. Or the idea is I'd then want them to form a front two and him to move out there. So it'd end up being like a 3-3, a weird 3 because it'd be like anchor, one drops in there and then you've got you. So it'd be a weird defensive 3 and then a 4 up front, but still haven't decided on whether it's the way to go. I might try out a little bit in pre-season, but realistically, we're looking at I feel like we should probably take a look at loans. I think loans are a big thing. We've got a lot of players out on loan. So if we just kind of have a look. So Luke Barnes scored 11 in 39 for Slough. It's going to be another loan for him. Savannah, I'm a National League South, and he's got 11 in 39. He needs another loan out. Christopher Burrell at Kidderminster. He's going to have to get another loan out because it's National League North. He's had an okay season, but we need more than that. Alex Bryn at Newport, he's having a very good season. He's an enigma. Do I think he could come back and do a job as a backup to Foster? Definitely. Definitely think he could. I think he's good enough too. But part of me sees his long-term future as centre-back. I think I've said this in the beginning. He's brave. He's got decent aggression, decent positioning. He's a centre-back. He's 6'5". I'm not having a 6'5" left-back. I think we might look at getting him out on loan as a centre-back next season. Matthias Chabert has had an absolute mare of a loan at Barnet. It started bad. He was putting in like dreadful performance after dreadful performance. And he's managed to get this 6.6 up by having some good games late on. But yeah, he's got to have another loan out. It's just, this loan has not worked for him. It has not helped propel him to that next level. Ryan Hodge, 10 goals and 6 assists from the wing in the National League. Probably looking at another loan. Maybe a loan to a team. Well, how did Torquay do? 14th. Maybe to a better team. Kane Eddy. He's done okay. But again, another loan. Oh my God, he's an academy product. Aston Kilford is leaving. He's just not good enough. Dan Guillan has played right back. He's done okay at Tonbridge, which is National League South. It's going to be another loan. I don't think he gets into our team as a right back right now. Rodri Shannon, who's been at Maidstone, which is just the National League, he's played very well. He is one that could possibly come in as a backup. He's one of them that if there's nothing in the market, he will be at the club next season and he will play as the backup and rotate with Foster. Fucking else. Ashby Hammond, I don't know if they're going to trigger his clause. He's done okay for him, so it would make sense to. If not, he'll be transfer listed and moved on. Aidan Haddo's contract is up, but he's had a very good loan. He's not a bad player, he just didn't fit what we needed. Rhys Davis at Gillingham. They National League normal? Yeah, National League. 16 games at left back. It's just going to be another loan. A lot of these are. Jamie Smith. Yeah, he was, we're trying to get rid of him. Antonio Barros. It's just going to be another loan. It was a poor signing. I got him for free, but yeah, it was a poor signing. I hold my hands up when I fuck up. Richard Williams is listed. Michael Allinson, it's another loan. Hazen Yedin in the National League South. He's done okay. He needs another loan out there. Danish is another enigma. Loaned him in January. It has not gone well. I'm probably going to look to move him on in the summer. I just don't think he gets in. He doesn't get into our team, and he's in the National League, and he's 1 goal and 1 assist from 11 games. He should be doing better than that. Varga, will probably be another loan. We saw when he played them 9 games for us, he did all right. I'm not unhappy with him. He'll go out on loan, try and get more football in him. Momola, it's just going to be another loan, ain't it? 3 goal. He didn't start enough for Halifax. So, yeah, it's just going to be another loan. A lot. I feel like we're having a repeat. Olafemi, it's going to be a loan. He didn't score in 10 games. Oh, he's played 30 games, got 1 goal, 1 assist. It's just not good enough. Corey Callan, do you know what? He went to Solihull, 2 goals, 2 assists in 10 games. It's not bad. I think it's going to be another loan for him. I think we're kind of getting to the Denise Overman part with him now, where it's just a case of the ability isn't going up and the potential is coming down. And, you know, that's going to be sad for us because he's key man for us for years. Mulligan, just another loan. Done okay. Just needs a full season. McKay's transfer listed. Stuart Griffiths, who's also at Solihull, barely featured, needs another loan. Kevin McAllister, he's out of contract. Senga and Goya. David Murray, he's gone anyway. And Ali Musto is gone. So, yeah, like, all of the loanees are all just going straight back out on loan. Under 18s wise, if we just have a look at the squad, and go by potential. Al Wahid is going. He's a troublemaker. Don't want him. But then when you actually get to youth players, like Vinny's the best one in here, Dory Lorkin and Basilikin, our academy is falling a little bit short. So realistically, next season, summer is going to be finding a new goalkeeper, kind of a couple of backup centre-backs, probably moving on Burberry and a few others, looking for a left-back, see if we can find one. We need someone to come into that deep line playmaker role because I feel like we've got cover there and cover there. Looking at wingers because Robinson's still got, 2 to 4 months out. So end of May, end of June, end of August. No, end of May, end of June, end of July, end of August. So we're looking at end of August for him to be back in training. We're looking at Christmas for him to come back. So I'll probably look at getting a short-term loan to cover him till January. But then after that, it's going to be a case of, we've got him and we've got Bianchi. Going to be a couple of wingers. It's basically, I've got to bring in a whole new second 11 that can actually compete with the first 11, which is something we don't do very often. Is there any... financially, by the way, I should have said this in the episode. So we've got a positive bank balance. I sold a clause. I sat there and I deliberated on it. If we just go to clauses it was Sebastian Vassal. So we sold our sell-on clause for 1.7 million just to get us, because we were £1 million in debt. So I felt like we had to sell it because he's only contracted till next year, and I don't think he's gonna make the grade. I don't feel like we're actually gonna make that much money. Oh, yep, he's made 1 sub appearance. He's wanted those. He wanted Barrow on loan. That might work. I'm not going to sell that clause just yet. And the clauses we have are all bullshit, by the way. It's from where we signed them from clubs, and they just, like, on Bosman's, they get massive sell-on deals thrown in. To be fair, I think we signed Robbins for money, didn't we? Yeah, $5,000. So that one was a bad one to look at. But yeah, look, so like Cuthbertson, we got him from their academy on a free. And yeah, so it throws in a clause. Is there anything else we kind of need to look deep into? Competitions, as I said in the episode, I'm happy. 70 points. And we finished above Dagenham. That was, once we was kind of pushing for the safety, I was like, what's it? Club Vision, by the way. Is there anything new in there? They've done everything we want. They're saying we've done that. I'm trying to get them to increase the training facilities. We're going to get a new one of that. They're satisfied with the attacking football, with possession, the high tempo, entertaining. Oh yeah, they want that, but I'm really not fussed about that. But yeah, so it's kind of, we've got a lot of players that we're going to need to move on. Players that actually have we go by contracts. So Rose's contract comes in at the end of the season. Don't panic about that. If we have a look, so I'm not opposed to keeping him, but on the outs, I see Beckham going. And Burberry going. I worry that we're going to see the likes of O'Connor and Foster go because there's been a lot of interest. We had the QPR manager actually attend the game. But other than that, I'm quite happy with the team. I think we've got it in us that we can push. I'm not going to say we're going to push for like automatic promotion, but I think we can push for the playoffs, and I feel like we should be kind of up and trying to be in that conversation for the automatics, even if we just steal it. But we need to be kind of pushing for that, and I think with the right signings we can, because our squad's a young squad. Bristol City survived, by the way, if I'd taken that job. Yeah, I think that we've got a very young squad, so realistically, we can look at, they're going to get better every season. Yeah, the team's going to be getting, the squad's young, we're getting better, key players are getting better, and we should be able to push, and with the right people in, we should be laughing. Staff-wise, there's probably going to be a big overhaul. Like, I know we have the best coaching in the league, bar management, well, people management, but I also think that there's problems here with like this. Like, he wants to play a 4-2-3-1 or a 5-2-1-2. I can't see it. It's going to be a case of they're probably all going to go on some month-to-month contracts. And then if I find upgrades on them, then I'll bring in them upgrades. Oh my god, this guy played for us. Didn't even know that when I... Is this the guy who... Isn't his dad the manager? But yeah, so staff-wise, we're going to be doing that. Like we're pretty good. Scout team, I want to improve it, but I don't think the board are going to allow me to. Medical team, I still can't get over the fact that, so my head physio is Catherine Chambers, 20 physiotherapy. She's absolutely insanity for where we are. And the fact that on one of my monthly management meetings, they were like, oh yeah, we should look to replace her. Why? She's fucking brilliant. But yeah, that is going to be where we end this mini episode. So if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. If there's anything you want me to go through the next time we do this, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much. I've been Justin, and you've had Just Enough.